Hey, Facebook family, this is Emmanuel, your body code practitioner out here in Las Vegas. I just want to do a quick message today in regards to if you're going through hardships right now or if you're dealing with just some hard times. There's always a queen moving on both sides of evil and good. I think we tend to focus on the evil side, tend to kind of overlook the good side. Why? Well, because by the age or by second grade, we've already probably heard no over 2,000 times. So that means that we're basically uh, programmed negative. And so I know even some kid, Jack Canfield, talk about how some child thought his name was No because he's heard no so many times in his home. And I think we all forget that if we even look at our own parenting, sometimes there's more negative reinforcement than positive. So maybe you grew up the same way, and maybe you're inclined to look at the negative. But I'm gonna tell you something that's undeniable is that there are positive interventions that are happening in your life right now, and you tend to overlook them. Why? Because your brain will only focus on things that you purposely say, I'm looking for this. For example, when you were looking for a car last time, do you remember like all of a sudden you started seeing the car left here, right there in the freeway there, everything? So like, hey, when did everyone buy my car? And it's not that they all of a sudden they just showed up. They were always there. But your brain has this powerful thing where it doesn't want to focus on everything. It only needs to focus on I need to get to work or I need to get some food before I go to work, not these other cars. And now all of a sudden you see them. So it does matter if you have the intention to focus on something, then the world starts opening up. And it's not that it's almost like the fog actually lifts instead of it's not that they certain new things appear. It's that they were always there. Guess what that means? That means heavenly interventions, things from the loving creator have always been there. We just haven't seen it because we're too focused looking at the fog. We're too focused looking at other objects or shiny objects. We're not looking at the divine hand in our lives. I just wanted to, one of the easiest ways to acknowledge that is to ask a certain question in your journal every single night. No matter how tired you are, no matter you have the longest day, you have like 10 kids on top of you, whatever's going on, you have like 30 dogs. I mean, all of a sudden you like own like a dog orphanage. Okay, calm down. There is time for 5 minutes or 10 minutes just to do a little journal entry. And basically on the top of it, you could say, how have I seen, and some people believe in God, some people don't, but this is what I do for myself. How have I seen God's hand in my life today? I'll say it again. How have I seen God's hand in my life today? And that'll be a very, very powerful way to start. If you sit there, just these little things, I tell people all the time, the little things that you see in life, these little breadcrumbs, if you add them all up, if you were to squish them all together, guess what? It's a Thanksgiving feast. But we're too focused like, I guess that's a coincidence. Like, I guess that was kind of a cool thing. But if you add those all up in a day, which you have to do by default in writing your journal, you'll notice that there's a cobweb, almost like a spider web of little coincidences that have happened in your life to uplift you. And so there's a war going on, and the war is between good and evil. But if you focus on the evil all the time, then you're only going to see it all the time. But it doesn't mean the good is not there. And so I just want to share with you a really quick story. I worked with the client at 4 a.m. Yesterday. It was the only time he could meet, but I think it was 6 or 7 a.m. His time. And there was a lady that I was supposed to meet at 7 o'clock a.m. But I was so exhausted that I took a little nap with my son, and just for an hour. But I forgot to put the alarm for this lady, and I had this dream where I was working with, where I was in a room, like some like very nice room with like mahogany. It was this very classy room, and I remember turning my computer on, and there was a bunch of people in there. I said, "Hey guys, you guys need to leave. I'm going to be doing a session real quick." And they said, "Okay, yeah, we're going to leave right now." And then I said, "Yeah, like everyone needs to go out like right now, like right now." And there was this kind of this urgency going on that where it's whatever's going on. It was very, very important. And so all of a sudden, I go on the computer. As soon as I turn on the computer, I wake up from my dream. And all of a sudden, I'm awake for my 7 a.m. appointment. And she really, really needed a lot of help. She was dealing with Lyme disease. She was dealing with this, like she couldn't even pick up a glass of water. I mean, it was like a suffering person. And she's like about to give up. And I really believe that the Creator gave me that dream so I can be there for her. And so those little things you might say, well, that's just a coincidence. Well, I'm telling you, when I told her that I had that dream, she was definitely touched by it because she said that this was literally almost like her last hope. And so I just want to let you know things like that happen all the time. I have been upset that, like, why am I dreaming about my practice and my clients? Sure, but then what am I focusing on? I'm focusing on the negative. I would say, I'm glad that I had this dream. It's okay. I'm working overtime in my dreams. That's fine. But the point is why did I wake up exactly at the time to meet with this lady? Is because I believe there are interventions, and I felt a lot of peace getting all these messages that I got from her of how she was doing better after our session. So we have to acknowledge it just by writing journals. And I really think, like I said, that powerful question makes you tune in that for the next day, you'll only see God's hands. And hopefully this helps out someone who's going through hard times right now. All we have to do is change our focus. Every door with a capital EVERY has another door opening. When a door closes, there's always capital A, always underline, circle around, always another door opening. You just have to train your brain to say that. So what the teacher forgot to tell you is that when I say no to you, there is a yes to things that you could have done. Every time your parents said no to you, there could have been a yes. You could do this. There's so many doors that they left untouched just because they didn't put it into existence into your brain. But that's where you come in, and you have to put in the balancing of the scales yourself. No one else is going to balance your scales for you. You have to do it yourself, and you have to go put it on there and say, you know what? I can't do this, but I can do this, and 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 I can do this. You have to open up those doors until your brain gets used to, okay, 1 negative, 6 positive. 1 negative, 6 doors. One door closing, 6 doors open. It's you. You have to make a conscious effort. But I think one of the greatest ways is to write a journal. So hopefully this helps out someone out there that maybe you're having a rough day. And hopefully you can, like I said, today you can write a journal, how I've seen God's hand. And if you can't think of anything, well then shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. No, what you do is you want to just say, I'm alive. I'll start with the basics. I have eyes to see this. I have eyes to see this video. I have ears to hear this message. Let's just start there. Start in the small things that we take for granted. And so this is Emmanuel. Just wanted to share this quick message for you. And feel free to share this with your friends, tag someone that would really appreciate this message. And I hope this touched at least one person out there. So I love you guys. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.